VIKTOR GYOKERES to Arsenal is a here we go. The agreement, the verbal agreement, still waiting for the parties to sign all the contracts, but the verbal agreement between Arsenal and Sporting has been completed today. So Gyökeres is going to Arsenal. As mentioned, the agreement will be for 63.5 million euros plus 10 in add-ons. So this is going to be the agreement.
VIKTOR GYOKERES is an Arsenal player. It's a here we go. But there's a few of you saying Manchester United in the mud. Look, Arsenal are one of the best clubs in Europe and therefore one of the best in the world. They have finished second the last 2 or 3 seasons. They're in the Champions League. They're going to be in the Champions League. I'm not bitter about it at all. I can completely understand why you'd choose Arsenal over Manchester United. You'd look at that if you're Gyökeres and go, do I go there and get in a project that might not work? Look at Bruno. He's been on a project at Man United for years, not been anywhere near a Premier League title or a Champions League. So you can understand why a 27-year-old would choose Arsenal.
VIKTOR GYOKERES to Arsenal for 65 million euros plus. How do I feel? I genuinely am not angry. It's just because I can't be a hypocrite and say, oh, Arsenal have signed Gyökeres. I didn't want him. I felt like when we got Delap, we needed some aerial ability in our attack, and I feel like Delap is almost the baby version of Gyökeres a little bit, you know. But Gyökeres is obviously better in terms of what he's done. The goal tally speaks for itself. 39 goals in 33 games in the league, 6 goals in 8 in the Champions League, and 4 in 3 in the Cup. These are absolutely astonishing numbers. Now, of course, in the Premier League, you're expecting quite a drop-off between the numbers he's produced in Portugal and the numbers he'll produce in England, because this league is meant to be more physical, more difficult. I see what you're cooking, and I'm not saying it's gonna win you the league, because you're going up against Haaland, you're going up against Salah, you're going up against Slot and Pep Guardiola. It's not gonna be easy. There's no guarantees on winning the league. It's just purely challenge and pray to the high heavens that your team, at the end of it, is superior, victorious, and, you know, peaks at the right time. Am I scared? It depends on so many things. I think the player, we know what the player can do, what the player can't do. Aerially, he stinks. Aerially, he stinks. It's not a problem for you because you got plenty of aerial options in the centre backs, in the midfield. But this guy aerially stinks.
Gyökeres to Arsenal, here we go. He's officially an Arsenal player. The deal done now. Arsenal have got a superstar striker. Let's not downplay this. This is a goal scoring machine. This is Arsenal's statement striker that they've needed for years. Arsenal have got a striker that, you know what, will put fear into defenders. It's almost that kind of final piece of the jigsaw. He's mashed up more work than Ekitike, more work than a lot of strikers that have been bought in the Premier League right now. This guy has scored over 50 odd goals in the calendar year. Maybe, I think even more in the calendar year. 54 goals for his club. I hear it. Like, I could take the L. I'm not gonna lie to you. I would have liked him at United. I'm not gonna say he's a bad player. I'm not gonna come in here and slag him off. I'm not gonna do all of that. He's Arsenal player, fair play. He's in his prime. He has scored no crazy about. Honestly, let me just show you right now. In 33 Ligue DOS or Ligue NOS, I don't know how many games they actually play in there. He scored 39 goals. In 8 Champions League games, he scored 6 goals. In 7 Taça de Portugal, he scored 5 goals. In the Allianz Cup, he had 3 goals he had 3 games, 4 goals. Super Taça, he scored none. But that is 52 games, 54 goals and 13 assists. Wow. I genuinely am excited. I really, like, putting my bias aside, being very objective, I am very, very excited.
I would have loved it if Manchester United had gone in and hijacked that deal. I would have loved it. Because VIKTOR GYOKERES is a genius signing for Arsenal. It's a potentially game-changing signing for Arsenal. Gyökeres isn't the perfect fit for Arsenal's attack because he likes to run the channels, he likes space, he likes elements of transition, which is what Arsenal doesn't do. But if we look at Madueke, we look at potentially Eze, and we look at Gyökeres and the profiles that Arteta was looking to bring into Arsenal's attack, we're starting to get an idea of how Arsenal were trying to be more unpredictable and change the way they attack next season to potentially score more goals. And Arsenal, draws have been a bit of a downfall of Arsenal. So number 9 probably is something that Arsenal have massively needed for a while. And I think Gyökeres coming in the squad before pre-season is key. Gyökeres making it clear he wants Arsenal as a green flag. But Arsenal finally have their 9. Gyökeres is what I call a pure striker. Powerful, direct, efficient. He is someone that finishes chances, makes chances out of nothing for himself, is powerful, is direct, likes to score, is hungry, is box hungry, is physical. If you look at the PSG game, you look at the chances you create versus PSG, you couldn't win that game, you couldn't turn those control and chances into goals. Gyökeres is the type of player to do that. And this deal shows that they're now trying to find a solution for this. They now want to compete with City and Liverpool in that title race. And now they don't have an excuse not to.
Gyökeres to Arsenal, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. He's headed to Arsenal Football Club. The longest saga, perhaps, of this transfer window is now over. Gyökeres to Arsenal is just an absolutely incredible signing. It's exactly what the doctor ordered. I know Darwin Núñez has given people PTSD for life that they cannot get over because of, obviously he came from Portugal with an unbelievable goal-scoring record. The difference with VIKTOR GYOKERES is the fact that Gyökeres has actually done it for Coventry in the Championship. So he's done it before, not necessarily in the Premier League, but in a setting similar to the Premier League. And actually, some people do say that the Championship is even more difficult than the Premier League in terms of its competitiveness, how competitive it is. Make no mistake, 63.5 million euros, that's a steal. It's a steal of a transfer. It is unbelievable business, and Berta is cooking. We have to give credit now. This is the first time this summer where I feel like I have to give credit to Berta, because Berta absolutely cooked with this transfer. That are kind of not really Arteta in nor Arteta out, now are expecting results as well. They're expecting Arsenal to deliver. So they're expecting Arsenal to win the league. And now with this Gyökeres signing, the excuses have run out. It's just the truth. So there are no more excuses. I do believe that now Arsenal have to start winning. Yeah, I think this is a fantastic signing for Arsenal. He's a proven goal scorer. He's someone who can put the ball in the back of the net. Will they deliver? Probably not, because of my football club going all out crazy in this transfer window.